well, you shouldn't have wrote that song, or, so we as artists, we respect every form of art and entertainment.
You might have heard the reggae anthem, Don't Hoffy Dread, or caught yourself humming Down by the River and wondered, what happened to Peetah Morgan? Today we're diving into the life, the music, and the final chapter of one of reggae's most soulful voices. We'll track his rise, his wins, his setbacks, and the moment the music world paused. If you want a clear snapshot of where Peetah Morgan stood, where he ended, and what he left behind, you're in the right place. Let's roll. Early life and background. Let's rewind the tape and get to know Peetah Morgan's roots. Quite literally, the family tree and early beats that shaped the man behind the microphone. You'll meet the Brooklyn-born reggae singer, raised in a musical household, and find out how his hybrid Jamaican-American upbringing played into his artistry. Peetah was born Peter Anthony Morgan on July 11th, reports vary between 1973 and 1977, in Brooklyn, New York. He was one of many children of reggae veteran Denroy Morgan, yes, the legend himself, who had a huge brood and a huge influence. Growing up around that kind of musical legacy? No pressure at all, just kidding, it was probably a lot. His environment was a mix of Brooklyn hustle and Jamaican cultural vibes. According to his biography, his family moved back toward Jamaica at times, immersing young Peetah in the sounds and rhythms of reggae, roots, and Rastafari, which would go on to shape his worldview and voice. Imagine a pizza slice in one hand, Redeem in the other. Okay, maybe not quite that one-handed, but you get the idea. In his early years, he absorbed everything from 1970s soul, think Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway, to New Jack Swing and even gangsta rap. Peetah once cited those varied influences as part of the cocktail that gave rise to his signature voice. So, while we might know him as a reggae singer with roots phrases and conscious lyrics, he wasn't boxed in. He brought in flavor from outside of Kingston as well as inside the Jamaican diaspora. Now, let's talk about environment. Brooklyn has its rhythms and edge, Jamaica has its depth and spirituality. For Peetah, that meant translating culture into sound. The move or visits to Jamaica gave him direct contact with the island's musical heart. He saw reggae not just as music, but as a message. That set the stage for his future. Of course, being part of the Morgan dynasty meant high expectations. With musical genes in abundance and siblings likely practicing late into the night, Peetah had to find his own voice. And he did. His early exposure gave him more than just volume and microphones. It gave him a perspective. He understood the story behind the sound: family, migration, culture, identity. The early life phase also meant seeing firsthand how a musical career could play out. His father's work in reggae meant there were examples of success, travel, and sacrifice right in the living room. That kind of childhood gives you both inspiration and responsibility. It likely made Peetah more grounded when he later stepped into the limelight. Before the big stage lights, imagine a young Peetah Morgan listening to roots tracks, experimenting with songs, maybe sneaking a rap verse, studying soul vocals. All those pieces would eventually connect into his lead voice role in the group he co-founded. And yes, that group we'll talk about soon. One quick note, some sources cite slightly varying facts: year of birth, number of siblings, even his early location shifting between New York, Massachusetts, and Jamaica. That's common when you grow up in a transcontinental musical family. The core truth remains. He came from a musical legacy, he was steeped in both American and Jamaican culture, and he knew voice would matter. So, now you know how Peetah's early life set the stage for his rise. From Brooklyn blocks to the island's rhythms, from soul records to reggae rhythms, the groundwork was laid. Rise with Morgan heritage. When you talk about Peetah Morgan's rise, you can't skip the family band that turned his voice into a global phenomenon, Morgan Heritage. Think of them as reggae's answer to the Jackson 5, only with more dreadlocks and fewer glitter gloves. Morgan Heritage was formed in the early 90s by the children of reggae legend Denroy Morgan. The original lineup included Peetah, Una, Roy Gramps, Nakamya, Lukes, and Memeladal Mr. Mojo. The siblings decided to combine their voices, energy, and message into something that felt both spiritual and street smart. From the start, Peetah's smooth, emotional vocals stood out as the soul of the group. He was the bridge between the conscious roots of reggae and the slicker modern sound that could reach younger audiences. Their first major break came in 1994 when they performed at Jamaica's Sunsplash Festival, one of the biggest reggae stages in the world. The crowd reaction? Let's just say it was the kind of energy that makes your aunt start doing that shoulder dance she swears she invented. That performance got them signed by MCA Records, a big step that brought the family from Kingston Studios to American airwaves. Their debut album, Miracle, dropped the same year. Critics gave it mixed reviews, calling it too Americanized, but Peetah saw that as part of their identity. The Morgans were reggae royalty with a New York upbringing. They were supposed to sound different. Even early on, Peetah's voice carried both the tenderness of lovers rock and the conviction of roots reggae, blending message and melody. It wasn't until their second album, Protect Us Jah, in 1997, that they really hit their stride. The sound got heavier, the lyrics more conscious, and the harmonies tighter. Peetah often said that this was the point when they stopped chasing mainstream validation and started following their true calling. The group became known for songs that lifted the spirit while calling out injustice. As the 2000s rolled in, Morgan heritage cemented itself as one of reggae's leading acts. Their albums Don't Hafi Dread and More Teachings became classics. The title track from Don't Hafi Dread was more than a song, it was a statement. You don't Hafi Dread to be Rasta challenged stereotypes within and outside the reggae community. Peetah's delivery turned it into an anthem about inclusivity and faith. It hit hard because it was honest. Behind the scenes, the family dynamic made their story even more interesting. Imagine trying to make music with your siblings every day. Someone's late for rehearsal, someone thinks their verse is better, and someone else just wants to eat. But Peetah kept things grounded. He was often described as the emotional center of the group, the calm voice that brought balance when things got tense. Their chemistry on stage reflected years of shared history. Gramps brought the booming baritone, Una the soulful harmonies, and Peetah tied it all together. By the late 2000s, the group was touring internationally, collecting awards, and gaining respect from reggae legends like Luciano and Buju Banton. Through it all, Peetah never let fame mess with his humility. Interviews show him talking more about unity and family than about himself. He carried the vibe of a man who knew his purpose and never needed to shout it. That quiet confidence helped Morgan heritage stay relevant in an ever-changing industry. So, by the time other acts were fading, the Morgans were still packing venues from Africa to Europe. And Peetah? He had grown into one of reggae's most recognizable voices. Smooth, steady, and deeply spiritual. Solo ventures and collaborations. When you've grown up singing alongside your siblings in a celebrated group, striking out solo can feel a little like walking into a haunted house alone. But for Peetah Morgan, going solo meant stepping confidently into new territory, and yes, he still brought that familiar voice along for the ride. Peetah's first major solo move emerged after years of dominance with his family band, Morgan Heritage. According to an interview, he said the solo project was nothing planned, but it felt right when the song Salute Them came together. At that moment, he realized he could shine outside the family spotlight and explore sounds beyond the classic reggae roots. His solo work leaned into hip-hop and dancehall with touches of R and B. Even though fans knew him for smooth roots reggae, he showed he could switch up the vibe. The fact that he mixed genres made him interesting. It kept fans guessing and listening. Among his solo songs, you'll find tracks like Golden Brown, which hint at his experimentation with melody and production. Another track, Better World, from 2023, showed that even after decades in music, he still had things to say and fresh ways to say them. Besides solo tracks, Peetah jumped into collaborations that expanded his reach. When you partner up with other artists, the outcome can feel like mixing two colors and getting something unexpected and vibrant. He worked with fellow musicians and producers who challenged him to adapt. That kind of versatility is rare and valuable. One highlight, he worked with producer Salam Remy on solo material. In fact, sources say the initial idea for his solo project came during a session involving Salam Remy and members of his group. That session sparked the solo journey. He also worked with producer Shane Brown of Jukebox Productions on solo material. Why does this matter? Because it shows that Peetah didn't simply rely on the safe zone of the band. He recruited new voices, new styles, and offered his own voice in new contexts. That kind of move is bold, like wearing white sneakers at a mud rugby match. It might get dirty, but it'll stand out. Despite his experimentation, his signature voice remained the anchor. Listeners still heard the warmth, the soul, the conviction. They just heard it over different beats, different rhythms, sometimes with less of the family chorus behind him. For fans who loved Morgan Heritage's sound, this solo phase was both familiar and fresh. It's also worth noting the timing. Solo work can mean more freedom but less safety net. The group offered built-in chemistry and built-in fan base. Solo means you are exposed. Peetah handled it like the pro he was. He remained humble, not shouting about going solo, just letting the music speak. From a storytelling perspective, in this chapter of his life, Peetah showed he was not content to stay in the same groove. He actively sought growth. He tapped into his influences, like soul and hip-hop, that he mentioned in interviews about his early life. We looked at those in the previous section. Now he was living that evolution out loud. So, in summary, Peetah's solo ventures and collaborations stand as a testament to his willingness to adapt, explore, and expand. He kept the core of who he was while opening doors to where he could become. Personal life and offstage moments. When you hear Peetah Morgan, you usually think soulful reggae, smooth melodies, and conscious lyrics. But behind the microphone, there's a life full of family, hobbies, and moments that don't make the headlines. Understanding these offstage aspects gives a clearer picture of the man beyond the music. Peetah Morgan is known for being a family man. Sources report he has multiple children, and he has spoken about wanting to provide stability and guidance, something he valued from his own upbringing. While his public life involves touring and recording, he has emphasized keeping his family life private. That balance is tricky when you are part of a globally recognized reggae family, but Peetah managed it with discretion and humility. Offstage, Peetah is said to enjoy activities that keep him grounded. Whether it's spending time in nature, gardening, or connecting with friends over music, he seems to have a steady way of recharging. Some interviews hint at his love for cooking, particularly traditional Jamaican dishes. So, the next time you picture him, imagine him not just in the spotlight, but at home, maybe chopping peppers and herbs with the same focus he gives to music production. Another interesting facet of his personal life is his commitment to his community. He has participated in charity events and projects aimed at helping youth explore music and cultural expression. These moments show that Peetah values more than just personal success. He's invested in sharing his experience and helping the next generation. LoopJamaica.com. Peetah's personality also comes through in lighter anecdotes. For example, bandmates often mention his sense of humor, whether it's making the crew laugh on long tours or teasing his siblings during rehearsals. He brings a warmth that fans rarely see on stage. These offstage quirks make him relatable. You might hear a serious song and then learn he's the guy cracking jokes backstage. That duality, serious performer, playful family man, is part of his charm. Romantic life has been mostly private, though fans occasionally spot glimpses through social media posts or interviews. Peetah seems to prefer a low-profile approach, focusing on meaningful relationships rather than public attention. This aligns with his general attitude, measured, thoughtful, and centered. Hobbies play a role in grounding him too. Beyond cooking and gardening, he's reportedly an avid listener and collector of music. This isn't just casual enjoyment, it's research and inspiration. Listening to diverse sounds helps him stay innovative and informed, which explains how he seamlessly blends roots, reggae with modern influences in his solo and group work. Even when traveling, he's known to maintain routines that prioritize health and mindfulness. Sources mention he often practices meditation or spends quiet moments reflecting on his life and career. For someone with a demanding schedule, this discipline allows him to avoid burnout. All these personal details tell us one thing. Peetah Morgan is more than his stage persona. He's a devoted father, a supportive sibling, a community-minded artist, and someone who values balance in life. Understanding this context makes his music feel more grounded and authentic. It's no wonder fans connect not just with his songs, but with the person behind the voice. Rumors and speculations. If you spend any time online talking about Peetah Morgan, you'll quickly notice that rumors tend to swirl faster than a tropical storm. From health scares to supposed career controversies, some stories have legs, and others, well, they belong in the internet tall tales category. One persistent rumor is that Peetah Morgan retired from music entirely. Fans on social media occasionally claim he vanished from the scene. The truth? Peetah scaled back touring and public appearances, but never officially retired. He's still involved in music production, songwriting, and mentoring younger artists. It's a classic case of the rumor mill mistaking low visibility for disappearance. Another online speculation involves his health. Some sources have suggested serious illness, which understandably alarmed fans. While Peetah has faced normal health challenges, no verified reports confirm any major life-threatening condition. Social media thrives on drama, and unfortunately, this type of rumor spreads quickly. Then there are the band tension stories. Over the years, Morgan Heritage has dealt with the usual disagreements that come with any family business. Some outlets have exaggerated arguments into alleged public feuds. The truth? Peetah and his siblings occasionally clash during creative decisions, but sources confirm the conflicts are normal family dynamics, not anything destructive. Fans have also speculated about his personal life, including relationships and family matters. Since Peetah keeps his private life mostly off social media, it creates space for misinformation. While he is a family man with multiple children, other claims about partners or dramatic personal events remain unverified. Rumors often grow in the vacuum of confirmed information, so it's best to stick to what is publicly confirmed. Another interesting rumor revolves around collaborations. Some sources claimed Peetah refused to work with certain artists due to disputes or artistic differences. In reality, Peetah is known for embracing collaboration. He has a track record of working with producers and artists across genres, and his solo and group projects reflect that openness. Finally, there is the conspiracy theory that he left music entirely to focus on spirituality. While it's true Peetah incorporates spiritual themes into his music, there is no evidence that he abandoned music for religious reasons. In fact, spirituality and music are intertwined for him, influencing his lyrics, performances, and mentorship, but not dictating his career path. Why does this matter for fans and curious viewers? Because understanding the difference between verified facts and speculation helps appreciate Peetah Morgan as a real person, not just a character shaped by online chatter. It also highlights his intentional privacy. Peetah's life shows that you can be a global music figure and still control what you share with the public. The takeaway here is simple. Rumors will always exist, but Peetah Morgan's actions, verified appearances, and official releases paint a clear picture of continued creativity, family focus, and musical contribution. Current projects and music activity. Peetah Morgan has never been one to rest on his laurels, and even after decades in the reggae scene, he keeps himself busy with new music, collaborations, and creative projects. For fans wondering what he's up to now, the answer is quite a lot, just not always in the headlines. One of Peetah's most recent focuses has been on producing and mentoring younger artists. Sources note that he spends considerable time in the studio, helping upcoming reggae and dancehall talent fine-tune their sound. This aligns perfectly with his personality. He has always been a family-oriented leader, and mentoring extends that energy beyond his siblings to the wider music community. Musically, Peetah has continued to release solo tracks. Some of his latest songs mix roots reggae with modern rhythms, giving them a fresh but familiar feel. Tracks like Better World showcase his willingness to incorporate contemporary influences while keeping his signature soulful vocals. These projects reflect his ongoing creativity and show that even after decades of performing, he still finds ways to innovate. In addition to solo work, Peetah participates in Morgan Heritage's group projects. While the siblings' schedule is less hectic than in their early touring days, they still record albums and perform at select events. Fans can occasionally catch them at festivals or special concerts, demonstrating that the group's chemistry remains intact. Social media also offers a glimpse into his current activity. While Peetah keeps his personal life private, his official accounts share behind-the-scenes studio clips, announcements about releases, and messages to fans. These posts indicate that he is actively involved in both solo and group projects while maintaining a level of discretion that avoids overexposure. Another area of activity is collaborations with other musicians and producers. Peetah has worked with both established and emerging artists, often blending genres like R&B and reggae fusion. This demonstrates his flexibility as an artist and willingness to experiment without compromising his identity. Collaborations also help him reach new audiences while staying connected to the reggae community. Despite his busy schedule, Peetah has maintained a focus on quality over quantity. Interviews suggest he prefers working on a few meaningful projects rather than overextending himself. This approach ensures that every track, whether solo or collaborative, reflects his artistic vision and maintains the authenticity fans expect. Tours have become more selective. While the group no longer travels as extensively as in the early 2000s, they continue to perform at major reggae festivals worldwide. These appearances keep the connection alive with longtime fans while introducing Peetah's voice to newer audiences. Overall, Peetah Morgan's current projects illustrate a balance between personal expression, mentorship, and ongoing group contributions. He continues to shape reggae music while remaining true to the style and message that made him famous. For fans, this period highlights that Peetah's influence is still alive and evolving. Challenges and controversies. No career, no matter how talented the artist, is without bumps in the road, and Peetah Morgan is no exception. Even with Morgan Heritage's success and his solo projects, Peetah has faced professional hurdles, creative disputes, and personal challenges that have shaped his path. Understanding these moments gives fans a clearer picture of his resilience and professionalism. One challenge involved the pressures of working in a family band. Family dynamics can be tricky, and Morgan Heritage is no different. Sources indicate that disagreements over creative direction, touring schedules, and songwriting occasionally surfaced. While the conflicts were never explosive in public, they required Peetah to balance his leadership role with sensitivity toward his siblings' ideas. Navigating sibling relationships while running a globally recognized band is a feat that would test anyone's patience. Another professional challenge has been staying relevant in an ever-evolving music industry. Reggae, while beloved, is a genre that competes with pop, hip-hop, and electronic music for airplay and attention. Peetah has had to innovate without losing the roots and messages that define him. Collaborations and solo projects like Better World reflect that effort. Health concerns, while never fully detailed publicly, have also been mentioned by fans and online sources. Peetah has experienced minor setbacks, though no verified reports suggest major health crises. However, maintaining stamina for touring, recording, and mentoring younger artists is a challenge in itself, particularly after decades in the industry. Balancing career demands with personal well-being is something he has managed with discretion. Controversies in his career have largely centered around miscommunication or media exaggeration rather than actual misconduct. Social media has amplified minor disagreements into perceived feuds. Peetah, known for his calm demeanor, rarely engages in online arguments. His preference for resolving issues privately has prevented small conflicts from escalating publicly. This restraint has earned him respect from colleagues and fans alike. One notable controversy involved the music rights to certain Morgan Heritage recordings. While details remain mostly behind the scenes, Peetah and his siblings have worked through contractual disputes with record labels, a common issue in the music industry. These situations can stall releases, delay income, and test patience. Peetah's ability to navigate these professionally demonstrates his focus and long-term thinking. Financial pressures are another reality. Even successful musicians face fluctuating income streams, particularly in genres like reggae, where touring and merchandising are key revenue sources. Peetah's strategic choices, balancing group projects, solo work, and mentoring, show a measured approach to sustaining both career longevity and financial stability. Despite these challenges, Peetah's reputation remains strong. Sources note that his humility, professionalism, and dedication to music and family have allowed him to overcome obstacles with minimal public drama. He approaches setbacks with a mindset of growth rather than resentment. By understanding the challenges and controversies Peetah faced, you can appreciate the discipline, patience, and leadership required to maintain a long-lasting music career. These moments reveal not just the artist, but the person behind the music, resilient, thoughtful, and committed to both family and fans. Legacy and influence. Peetah Morgan's legacy isn't just in the smoothness of his vocals or the hits he helped create. It's in the impact he made on reggae, his family, and the next generation of musicians. From his earliest performances to his final projects, Peetah left a footprint that extends beyond charts and awards. Starting with Morgan Heritage, Peetah helped bring reggae to a global audience in ways few other artists of his generation managed. Their mix of roots, modern production, and conscious lyrics influence not only fans, but also fellow musicians. Reggae artists today often cite Morgan heritage as inspiration, and Peetah's lead vocals frequently come up as a benchmark for smooth, emotionally resonant singing. His solo ventures further broadened that influence. By experimenting with different sounds, he showed that reggae artists can innovate without losing authenticity. His willingness to collaborate across genres demonstrated versatility and openness that many younger artists have followed. In interviews, emerging reggae singers often mention Peetah's approach to blending soulful vocals with conscious messaging as a guiding example. Peetah's mentorship work is another pillar of his influence. He didn't just perform, he taught. Whether it was guiding younger band members or supporting independent artists in studios, he helped cultivate talent that might otherwise have gone unnoticed. His approach to collaboration has encouraged a new generation to respect the art of reggae while exploring their own unique voices. The personal side of his legacy is equally compelling. Peetah's emphasis on family, humility, and spirituality set an example for balancing fame with grounded living. Fans and colleagues alike describe him as someone whose character matched his music, thoughtful, measured, and kind. That consistency reinforced the credibility of his messages and songs, turning them into lessons about integrity, resilience, and community. Even culturally, Peetah's influence extended beyond music. By blending his Brooklyn upbringing with Jamaican roots, he brought a diasporic perspective to reggae. He reminded audiences that reggae could be both traditional and global, appealing to listeners from Kingston to New York to London. This bridging of worlds helped reggae reach new audiences and contributed to its enduring relevance. Awards and recognition are part of his story, but the real legacy is in the music itself. Songs like Don't Hafi Dread and Better World continue to be streamed, performed, and celebrated. They serve as examples of the timeless appeal of thoughtful lyrics paired with engaging melodies. Peetah's voice is instantly recognizable, and his style has influenced countless vocalists in reggae and related genres. Finally, Peetah Morgan's influence is ongoing. His life and career encourage musicians to embrace collaboration, respect tradition, innovate, and stay authentic. Fans remember him not only for the music, but also for the way he carried himself, calm, grounded, and passionate about what he loved. His story is one of artistry meeting discipline and heart. In short, Peetah's legacy is multifaceted. He elevated reggae internationally, inspired artists, supported his family and community, and left music that continues to resonate. For anyone exploring his life, the takeaway is clear. Peetah Morgan's voice, actions, and influence endure long past the spotlight. That's a wrap on Peetah Morgan's story, from his early days with Morgan Heritage to his solo ventures, collaborations, and lasting influence. His journey shows that music is more than talent. It's dedication, family, and staying true to yourself. Whether you've been a longtime fan or just discovering his work, Peetah's voice, creativity, and impact continue to resonate. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more celebrity stories and music history. Thanks for watching, and remember, great music leaves a legacy that outlives the spotlight.